It's Get Riding Week here on GMBN, so this is going to be a very special Dirt Shed show.
Yep, and we've pulled out all the stops to get you some of the world's best advice on beginner mistakes.
Absolutely, and we've got a wheelie tutorial lesson and lots more all coming up on the Dirt Shed show. Yes, welcome to the Dirt Shed show in Get Riding Week from us here at GMBN with me, Martin Ashton, and...
Hello, I'm Neil Donoghue.
Neil Donoghue, how are you, sir?
Sweaty, very hot, and I'm wearing a cap quite a lot at the moment because I definitely need a haircut.
Me too, I really need a haircut. I'm probably going to make an attempt at it myself tomorrow, I think. Could get risky. This is a really interesting week on GMBN because it's all about get riding, helping beginners to improve, helping people who have been in the sport for a little while move forward and progress, get back into riding. How's it been for you, Neil, getting back riding as lockdown releases?
I've been doing lots of little rides, so I've actually been riding most days, just even if it's round the block. So I actually feel quite good at the moment. I feel like I've spent more time on my bike recently than I would do if I was travelling and working and doing all sorts of things. So I'm quite into it at the moment.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's great to feel the buzz coming back for riding. This week, I think it would be really cool to focus on beginner mistakes because I think if you're just getting into the sport and you want to get back riding, the things you want to avoid, like some of these classic mistakes that we're going to hear about in a moment, can be things that really stop you, can block you from getting on in your riding. So I thought rather than me and you talk about it, although that would have been fun, I thought we'd corral all of the vast spectrum of knowledge we've got in the industry, within GMBN and globally through pro riders, get it all into one bunch and see what they've got to say. So I did that. And here it is. These are the beginner mistakes you must avoid from the very best knowledgeable people in the sport.
Hello boys, hello GMBN viewers. Welcome to our new secret pump track in the woods. My top tip of not to do for a beginner, actually for anyone, is to never say one more go. The amount of times you say one more try and then you nail yourself, so never do it. There's a few top tips you could do. You can say another one or just say a couple more and then drop in for your last big trick, but never one more. Cheers, guys.
Hey, I'm Claudio. I work on GMBN as content manager and I've been riding for about 16 years. And my biggest beginner mistake was never using the right tools. And a particular story that comes to mind is when I tried to remove a bottom bracket from one of my first bikes. And instead of going to look for the right tool, I just used a screwdriver and a hammer and tried to actually take it out like that, just chipping away at it. I was lucky enough not to damage my frame, which would have been catastrophic, but yeah, always get the right tools.
Hey everybody, I'm Kenny Belay, professional mountain bike trials rider, and I still remember when I started riding trials 20 years ago that I used to slip off my pedals so many times and always rip open my shin. And that was just because of one reason, because I wasn't wearing my shin guards. So one piece of advice for you guys, if you want to start riding trials, always wear your shin guards. Good luck.
I think like when you start riding, you don't want to put yourself in a category straight away. Just like ride your bike how you want to ride your bike. It's just about fun. Like if you ride how you want to ride and you like have fun every day, then that's all you need. Like it's sick. You'll meet some rad people.
Hey guys, I'm Hans Ray. I'm a professional mountain biker. I've been doing this stuff my whole life long. And one of those embarrassing moments was in a downhill race. In '91, I tried to qualify for the Downhill World Championships. And it was a really foggy, muddy day with clouds and visibility was horrible. And I was very nervous in the start gate. And I started out of the gate and forgot to put my goggles on. Real big rookie mistake. And I literally had to stop in my race run, put the goggles on and then continue. Needless to say, that cost a lot of time and I didn't qualify. So use your head when you ride.
Hello everyone at the Dirt Shed Show, Danny Hart here. Downhill mountain bike racer. I've been racing since I was about 11 years old, so quite a lot of experience in the game. One of the most important things, I believe, is looking up and looking ahead. I see a lot of people, a lot of beginners learning, and they're looking down at the front wheel, and when you're looking down at the front wheel, things come at you way quicker than you're anticipating. Instead of looking up, looking ahead, see what's coming on the horizon sort of thing, and being able to make immediate reactions. I've been riding with top pros over the years on the steep, technical, rutty trails. I even say that to them sometimes, and it just resonates a little bit. They think about it again, and then they say, oh no, wait, that makes all the difference. So yeah, that is one of my key bits of advice for any beginners on the trails.
Hiya, I'm Tom. I'm a producer at GMBN and the other channels. I've been riding for about 16 years, and a mistake that I actually sometimes still make is overlayering. If you're warm in the car park when you're about to start your ride, you're going to be really hot at the first climb 5 minutes later. So start cold, and then as soon as your body gets going, you'll warm up.
Hi, my name is Anneke Beurten. I'm from the Netherlands and currently living in California. I'm a professional mountain biker and been racing bikes basically all my life. If I would say 2 beginner tips when you start riding mountain bikes is look forward, make sure you see what's coming up ahead of the trail, so you can act on what's coming up. And then try to learn braking. Try to learn how to control the front brake, because a lot of braking is done with the front brake. Those are my tips. I hope they're useful, and wishing everybody good luck out there with riding, and stay safe, everybody. Bye.
Alright folks, Danny McCaskill here. I'm going to take you through a few tips or mistakes to avoid while learning new tricks on your bike. Tip number 1 is to basically know your limits. It can be quite easy and tempting, when you're starting to learn tricks, to kind of head for the biggest, hardest stuff, but it's really important to really learn all the sort of fundamentals or all the basics of riding. Things like track stands, bunny hops, or the bike up and over obstacles. Tip number 2, I would say, is to stick a pair of flat pedals on your bike. Really recommend learning how to do a lot of things with flat pedals, just because you can get your feet down nice and safely. Especially if you're learning to do manuals and wheelies, 100% recommend that you stick a pair of flat pedals on. Tip number 3 is to make sure that your seat is nice and low if you're learning to do new tricks. Kind of pretty obvious one, it just gives you more room to maneuver around the bike. Tip number 4, I would say, is make sure you run, I would say, slightly harder tire pressures if you're learning how to do tricks. And especially for things like manuals, you're really fighting the sort of rolling resistance on the ground. It's a kind of balancing act. So if you have a slightly harder back tire, the bike becomes way more responsive, and things will come a little bit easier. So that's it. That's my top tips when you're beginning, and yeah, hopefully we can all get in the trails smashing it soon. Cheers.
Hello, my name's Tom. I'm a filmmaker on GMBN and I've been riding for 16 years. My top tip for beginners would be ask or talk or speak. Don't be afraid to speak to other people who are at the trails with you. You'd be surprised how friendly other mountain bikers are and how willing they be to help you out. If that's the speed you need for a jump or a tip on getting your rear wheel up in a bunny hop, just ask.
Hello everyone, I'm Ollie Wilkins and I've been riding for over 20 years now. Oh, that makes me feel old. Anyway, I remember the very start of my cycling obsession. I remember putting pedals in the wrong way around and then stripping threads. And I remember doing bolts up so tight that I would round the heads. It doesn't need to happen. It doesn't need to. You can just relax, take things slowly, don't force anything, and nothing will break. That's my top tip. Thanks very much.
Hey everybody, Kurt Voorhees with Niner Bikes. I'm here to give you some beginner tips. Tire pressure is super important and it changes with different styles of riding. For hitting jumps and park riding, you want a little bit more air pressure so that tire doesn't bulge out. With good air pressure, not so good air pressure. When you're hitting the transition of the jump, you don't want the tire to bulge to one side or the other. So having the proper amount of air pressure will help your flight. Remember to adjust the air pressure for the style of riding you're gonna do.
I think the first ever mistake I made was to overestimate how much grip I had. Riding down a steep, rocky section, I thought I'd turn at the bottom to have one more go, and I was braking hard and turning and slid out. And I remember absolutely skinning my knee, and that was quite a painful lesson to learn.
Hi guys, I'm Liam. I'm a filmmaker at GMBN. I've been riding mountain bikes for about 10 years now, and I would say my beginner mistake is people going out and buying crazy expensive, flashy, full suspension carbon fibre bike straight away. Best bike to learn basic skills on, line choice, keeping it smooth, all your basic skills is a basic bike, something nice and simple. No need for flashy bike straight away. Beginner mistake, simple bike for the simple skills.
Hey Mark, Rich here, your fellow presenter. Now, I found when I started riding that I was really nervous and didn't like other people watching me, but soon learned out that actually they were all really friendly and encouraging. So my advice, bite the bullet, have a little self-confidence, and it'll pay off because everyone in mountain biking is super friendly and helpful.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Tomas Slavik here from Czech Republic, and I'm racing already for 26 years, so it's pretty a long time. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about my beginner's mistakes. My biggest mistake and my biggest problem was that I was trying to pedal as hard as possible all the time, and I'm trying actually still until now. But when I was a little kid, I was pedaling, I was putting so much effort in it, and I was all the time pedaling with my body weight here. Even when you're pedaling as hard as possible, you need to keep your body in the center of your bike. If you're in the front, no control of your handlebars. If you're in the back, it means the same thing. And anytime you're going out of the turn or on the jump, you need to do some special movements or some extra movements.
Hello guys, my name is Ben Deacon. I'm a former elite downhill racer turned, I guess, media rider, YouTuber, you know, the new generation social media stuff. Anyway, today the lovely guys at GMBN have asked me to tell you one beginner mistake to make, and I couldn't prove this anymore the other year when I got told to just roll it. Oh, could you have rolled that?
Roll that one.
Oh, you're right, Geek. We said roll it. I guess the easiest thing to say is always look before you leap, for a number of reasons. Firstly, from a safety aspect, you want to know how much speed to carry into that section, so that whether that be a jump, drop, anything like that, you want to be aware of what the other side of that feature is. So the biggest problem you have with listening to other people, there could be a little mismatch in communication. So when someone says roll it, you know, some people may see it from a different aspect than others. As far as if someone said roll it to me, I think you literally roll over the top, when actually Ollie Wilkins was meaning roll and then pull, but he didn't say that to me, he just said roll it, and that is exactly what happened. So moral of the story, always look before you leap. There's my top tip. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and catch you all soon. Oi, oi.
Wow. Yes, I like it, because I think I could learn something from those people as well. So I definitely don't think you stop making mistakes. Well, I don't anyway.
No, and I think you can tell by the amount of experience that was in that bunch of people, you can tell that we've all made very similar mistakes along the way. I've definitely done every single one of those things. So there you go. You just got to get in there and get learning. But thanks to all of those guys for getting involved. It was absolutely brilliant. Now, you guys haven't been letting us down at home either, because you've continued with your riding at home, even though we're not allowed to get onto the trails so much. So we've got some great riding from home clips for you now. I'm going to start with this awesome little assault course from Jody. Great bit of riding. I'm not sure where that is in the world, but it looks very cool, Neil. I think that's a fun bit of riding. And then we've got Chris hitting this wicked little box that has been built. I think everyone in his family was expecting him to make a mistake, because they're shocked he does it first go.
Get out. First try.
There you go. Hits that really nice. Charlie and Owen, classic Blake Builds kicker ramp there, being put to good use on the green banks. I like that a lot. And then we've got Noah racing around the garden with his little trail. Nice bit of POV action. And hey, look, the Martin name is the secret to what you're going to get. Nice bit of street trials there. Perfect. Yes. Another Martin in trials. That's 3 of us I know of. And then we've got Ben hitting the trails in his garden with a bit of an allotment looking space in the background there. Nice Blake Builds kicker again. And then to end, we've got Anna, who is slightly older than all our other entrants this week, but proving that there's still time to learn. But she's managing to do a little bit of balance in there. Pretty cool. Love all this riding from home. It's good, isn't it? It's
cool,
It's good to see.
I mean, I wonder how long we'll do it when we come out of all this. I guess some people will, but I'm actually now sort of looking forward to really broadening my horizons a little bit. I think I've ridden every single trail within 5 miles of my house more than 10 times recently. And actually, I've planned to go for a ride with Blake very soon. So obviously keeping it very distant, but it'd be really nice to go for a ride with Blake. Can't wait.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big difference is when everyone gets to go and ride with other people. That's what I'm missing, because that's what I really feel like I get out of mountain biking is that it's the hanging out, you know. I mean, I just always like hanging out with whoever I'm riding with. The riding's kind of secondary.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's going to be great to ride with some other people. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention this. Some more riding from home, but I think this is slightly special. Now, little Archie, he's only 7 years old, but he's been doing laps of a little assault course he's got in his back garden. He's been doing 10 laps a day for 10 days, raising money on Just Giving. And he's doing it for a charity that raises money for cycling for people who need adaptive bikes, people with disabilities that need to approach cycling from a different way. So he's been raising funds for this incredible Cyclists Fighting Cancer campaign. And in those 10 days, he raised £1,150, which I just think is mental. So I wanted to give that a special mention. It's awesome, isn't it? And some great riding. He looks fantastic.
Well done, Archie.
Yeah, great bit of riding, and he's got some skills. I think we'll be seeing more from Archie, you know, Neil. That's what I reckon. But yeah, very good. Now, it's been a banger of a start to the show, but I think it's about time we found out what's going on this week. So Neil, I'm going to send you off to some news. Here we are.
Thanks, guys. Yep, it's news time, and we've got some big news, and it's EWS. 2 rounds are switching round, basically, rounds 2 and 3. So Petsen Jamnica, Austria, Slovenia, and Olagues, France, are now doing the old switcheroo. Yep. So where does that leave us? Basically, the Austrian Slovenian rounds are now on the 3rd and 4th of October. And Olagues, France is now the 17th and 18th of October. Now, the reason for this is basically high up in those Petsen mountains, snow falls. So bringing it forward a little bit in the season just gives the organisers a little bit of breathing room and hopefully avoid the snowfall. We don't want any more difficulties than we're already facing. Also, Olagues, France is going to be the 3rd and final round of the EWS E-Series. So that's really exciting and something to look forward to there. So how does that leave the EWS season? Well, in a pretty good place. There's 5 confirmed rounds, all starting at the end of August with Zermatt in Switzerland. Next round is, where are we? 26th, 27th of September in Finale Ligure, which is also the 2nd round of the E-Series and the Trophy of Nations, which is going to be pretty cool. As we've just spoken, Petsen Jamnica, Austria, Slovenia, that's your beginning of October round on the 3rd and 4th, followed by Olagues, France on the 17th and 18th. Now that place is wild, so I'm looking forward to racing, getting back there. Round 4, Manizales. Yes, we're off to South America, Colombia. And that takes you to the 6th and 7th of November, followed by the 14th and 15th of November in Farellones in Chile, which is going to be a great season ender, which is normally a season opener. So it's cool to have that switched around. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a good season. It's competition giveaway time, and yeah, we were giving away some Crank Brothers Highline 7 dropper posts very kindly from a tech unboxing that the guys did. And yes, it's time to announce the winners. I know you're all excited, I know I am. So here goes. We have Isaac Hill, Jaden Bray, Kaz Pietrus, and Alex Patrick. Congratulations, guys. You've all won Crank Brothers Highline 7 droppers. Now, those are wicked dropper posts, so those will be winging their way to you. And also a muck-off pressure washer. Now, these things have cleaned my bikes countless times, and they are great. And the lucky winner of that is Richie Smith. Unbelievable. Absolute belter prizes. So congratulations, guys. All those things are going to be winging their way to you very shortly. So it's giveaway time again, and thank you to the good folks at Crank Brothers. We have got a stunning set of prizes for you. Yep, some of their new Stamp 2 and Stamp 3 pedals for you to give away. We've got 5 pairs for you to win. Now, if you haven't seen these pedals yet, then you are missing out. The Stamp 2 is the alloy, slightly more budget version, while their Stamp 3 is the magnesium bodied, all singing, all dancing beauty of a pedal. Both pedals use their IGUS bearing, so you're not going to miss out on any quality there. And they've got a 5-year warranty. So like I said, 5-year warranty, 5 pedals to give away, which is pretty cool, I think you'll agree. So if you want a chance to win those, head down to the description and click the link, and you could be having a fresh set of pedals on that rig of yours. Finally, then, to end the news on a high point, yes, the Core and Adventure series of t-shirts are now available to order in the GMBN shop. We can't wait to get our hands on them, so if you're looking to freshen up that wardrobe of yours, whether it's just chilling around the house after the ride or whatever, head on over to the GMBN shop and check out the new Core and Adventure series of clothing. It looks sick, and I can't wait to get my hands on some as well.
Right, it's time for some hacks and bodges, and I think some good ones in here this week.
We have got some really good ones, actually. It's going to be hard for you to decide who gets the GMBN race top this week, Neil. It really is. We've got this first one from, I think you pronounce this Zhao. He's in Sydney in Australia. Look at this, a 3D printed water bottle, and you can see by that video the action, how good it goes in. Isn't that awesome?
It's really neat. That is really neat.
So
it says
good.
the missus couldn't handle me wearing my bum bag anymore, so he had to make a bottle cage. Brilliant.
Bum bag's not a good look. The things you can make with 3D printers these days is incredible. Well, I went to Fabric, who make obviously seats and grips and all sorts of things like that, about 5 months ago, and they were showing me how they could 3D print grips, handlebar grips, that they could actually test with, that are so good that they could ride with them. Amazing.
That's pretty amazing. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Amazing. Really crazy. Zhao's in there with a good one. Right, so we've got Will's next one here. He is in Scotland. This is ingenious, Neil. Look at this.
Isn't it?
A chain whip. He's just nailed a chain to a fence post. But that's
because you know what, chain whips can be quite hard trying to hold it with one hand, and then you've got to get the cassette tool and the adjustable spanner in the other. Whereas this, you could just hang it up on there.
It's a great idea. I think that's maybe a better chain whip than a chain whip. That could be in a shout there. And next up, we've got Nicholas, who's got this great little Blake Builds kicker, but he's gone one step further. He's kind of got a fold-away one that he can put on his back and take around his local riding area. That's amazing.
Well, that is good. Have you seen Win Masters has been going a bit mad in Munich actually with his what's it called? That sort of little kicker that he's got, and he's been doing some really big gaps and stuff. Really impressed.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, you can do so much with those little ramps. You really can, especially if you position them well, either up a bank or into a downslope. You can get some serious air on those things. So that's a really good one from Nicholas. So Neil, you've got a big decision because you've basically got to pick between Nicholas, Will, with his amazing chain whip, or Zhao with the 3D printed water bottle. Who are you going to choose, dude? It's difficult this week.
3 good ones. I think I've seen the chain whips somewhere a bit similar before. Well, people have made homemade chain whips before. That is a very good one though.
Yeah.
But I think Zhao with the homemade bottle cage, 3D printed, I think that is really good.
That is a great winner, Zhao. You will be getting an email from us soon. You have won yourself a GMBN race top. And of course, if you guys are watching and you would like your chance to win one of those race tops for yourself, then head over to the uploader. It's on the screen there and it's in the description down below. You can go and upload your hack or your bodge, but also your fails, your sends, your bike vault, any of the stuff you want to send in to us, you're riding from home, of course, then that is the place to get involved with the show. And we really appreciate it when you do. It's really great. That was some great. I really enjoyed those hacks and bodges this week. We've got lots more to come on this show. We've got a great Pro Corner interview coming that is going to basically give you the lowdown on wheelies, like the definitive answer to wheelies, and also we've got a fail and send medley. We've got everything that's coming up on the channel this week, and of course the bike vault. But I'm not going to make you guys wait much longer for some action, because Neil, how do you feel about a fail and sends medley?
Yes, let's see what happens this week.
Let's have a look.
Now, somebody that I follow on Instagram, and many other people too, he's absolutely massive, is Jake100. He's down in London and he is amazing at doing wheelies. You see him doing those sort of carving wheelies, but also just this last couple of weeks has been a pretty incredible front wheel out, front wheel back in video. So Martin, you're going to speak to him?
Yeah, I wanted to have a chat with him because I wanted to find out if that CGI front wheel catch is real or not, and also get his lowdown on how do you do wheelies, because if Jake doesn't know, who does? Here's what he had to say. What would be your tip for a beginner to learn the wheelie? Because everyone wants to do it. So what would be Jake 100 tip to wheelie?
Tip to wheelie, I would say, it's a hard one. It's like that one tip. Make sure you always have that back brake covered. That's gonna save your bum. Yeah. Always have the back brake covered, either 1, 2 fingers, whatever your preference is.
And why is that? Why is covering the back brake so like treat me like a dummy?
Yeah,
why is the back brake important?
If you don't have your back brake covered, you're gonna flip the bike, fall on your bum or your back, maybe even smack your head off the back of your head off the floor. Like the brake is what saves you from going too far back in the wheelie.
Yeah.
So when I see people wheelie and they haven't got 1, 2 fingers covering the brake and they're just like this, my heart starts beating. I'm like, it's only a matter of time.
You're just gonna go too far. You really are. Right, let's I want some honesty now, okay?
Yeah.
Is it CGI? Was the front wheel trick CGI? Is it real?
No, I can prove it to you as well.
Man, that doesn't look real. It can't
Wait, which
be.
one? Where we landed on it or where we caught it?
The one where you catch, your friend comes past and he catches the wheel you've dropped. I'm like, I've seen the clips of it going wrong.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it, man. It doesn't look real.
It didn't. It's so funny because look, this is me filming it on the camera and they're saying, look, like just after I did it. Like that's off the camera.
There it is. Oh yeah.
Like that's off me.
It's real.
Right, thanks Jake100. Great to hear from him. Make sure you follow him on Instagram if you don't already. Now into the caption contest, Martin.
Yeah, this one is a fun little picture of Steve Jones sat in his bedroom with another one of his strange looks. He's a strange guy. He really is a strange guy. But we got some good captions from it. I'm going to start us off with Jorge Astbury, and he says, "Lockdown was so long that Steve's entire hairline changed." Wow. It would really have to be a long lockdown for Steve's hair to get really like that. It really would. That's a good one. It's a good one.
Harrison Pickard says, "Watching Henry's crash on repeat." Henry's crash is the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is. Tom Bowman, when you're about to go riding and you forgot to charge your e-bike. Oh, yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that, Neil? No, that's not like you to forget to charge your battery, actually. But that is I think that should be the winner this week because, you know, there's the nice e-bike link to bring in Steve Jones, which obviously, you know, he's an e-bike man. So should we give Tom Bowman the flask this week?
Go on then, there's one here on my desk.
Tom, well done, you are this week's winner. Here is your caption contest photo for this week. If you would like to try and win a GMBN bottle yourself, then put your caption in the comments down below. Hashtag caption contest, and we will see what we've got next week. And talking about next week, we have got some great videos coming up on the channel. Neil, what can we look forward to?
So we've got a beginner's guide to jumping if you're thinking about getting into the air.
Yeah.
Blake teaches Jen how to ride, who's not a mountain biker, so hopefully that'll help people out. If you're super new to riding and you're looking for some of the basic skills.
Looking forward to that.
And then 9 things every new mountain biker should know. I've got the kids seat from Kids Ride Shotgun that I'm unboxing and showing how you can get a kid ride in.
Oh, cool.
What else? There's so much going on this week. Blake actually builds a balance bike.
Yeah,
so I can't wait to see that one.
This looks amazing. I've seen a few of his practice builds on this and it looks really cool. And something, oh man, if my 20-year-old son was, if I could go back in time a little bit, I'd definitely have tried this. Looks really cool.
Yeah. And the great thing is it has taken Blake a few goes, so you can learn from his mistakes and just copy what Blake does, and hopefully it'd be a good bike.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's another absolutely ram-packed week. Like we said at the start, it is a Get Riding week. So everything in the videos this week is aiming at pushing you out on your bike or giving you new ideas to get riding. So mixed with our beginner's mistakes in this week's Dirt Shed Show, you should be flying into a massive week of riding. Great stuff coming up. Right, Neil, would you like to drop into the bike vault for a bit of super nicing?
Let's do it. I don't have the bell, so I'll just have to.
We'll just
say super
we'll
nice
just say it, shall we? Okay, first bike this week is from Mitchell, and it is his 2013 Yeti ASR5. What do you think of these ones? I wasn't a huge fan of the sort of bendy top tube on these Yetis actually, but it's
I
nice.
mean, back in the day I used to really like them, but now, it still looks nice. Still, a Yeti is still super nice, I think.
Yeah.
Especially the white fork, you match it to frame.
Yeah.
Yeti is just that brand that's got something super cool about them.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's really hard to get a Yeti through the bike vault with only a nice, and this one has also not bucked the trend. It's a super nice. It's a super nice. I like that a lot. That is in South Africa. Nice one, Mitchell. Next up, we have got Benedict's Specialized Epic. This is in Vienna. Ooh, nice.
Yes, I like an Epic.
That's a 29, right?
It's just like a... Yeah, they're super lightweight cross country.
Yeah.
You know, you see them at the Cape Epic. I guess that's where they get the name from.
Yeah.
The Epics, but I think they're super nice, to be honest.
Yeah, that does look super nice. I've got to be honest. There's not much wrong with that. What would I pick out of that? That's fun. Oh, it's got a myriad of stuff on there. It's a very cool bike.
You know what? Vienna is supposed to be a really good riding spot as well. I've got a friend who lives out there who says it's amazing.
Right. Oh no! I would never have thought that. I would never have thought Vienna when I thought mountain biking. So that's good to know. We'll have to go there sometime, Neil. Go for a ride. Next up, we've got Oliver's Trek Slash 29er. It's the 2020 model. I like that colourway. This is in Australia, in Toowoomba. And this is
Toowoomba. Is that where Jared Graves is from? I think I've heard that before.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it could
I'm not
well
sure.
be.
Maybe
It
I could be
well
wrong.
Very cool bike. Very cool. It's very trendy. Very trendy.
I really like them. Trek Slash is their sort of enduro bike. Isn't it? That's cool.
It's really hard to give that less than a Super Nice, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks small to me. I guess that must be a small frame.
Small and fun.
But it's Super Nice.
Super Nice. That's three. That's three, dude, in a row. Way up. It could all be going south now. This is Georgie's Canyon Spectral and a Rocky Mountain Altitude. Not sure which one is Georgie's. This is in Romania, in Transylvania.
Transylvania.
Nice. Dracula's just up that hill there. First bike ride with my future wife. Wow. I hope she knows. Right, we're going to have to pick one to nice or super nice, Neil.
Is he marrying the bike or what?
Well, yeah, we'll see. Hey, it could be the bike that's getting this lady the nod. You never know. I'm going to go with the Canyon Spectral, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the blue one.
Yeah, the blue one.
Green. Yeah, it's nice. Can't really see it enough for me.
Yeah.
I'd really like to have a better, closer look
And
at the bike.
I'm not sure about those coloured rims with the frame. I'm not sure about that. I don't think I don't like it, but I don't think I love it. It's
Can't
nice.
go wrong with black rims.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Definitely nice. The Rocky Mountain's nice too. Two nices. Right, next up, Steve's Fluid Mudslinger.
Whoa.
Well, hang on a second.
What?
What the hell?
So it's a fat bike with a stock 4-inch rigid. No, it's not a rigid fork. They swapped it for front suspension and a standard front wheel, 27.5. That is the mullet bike. That is not right though. Come on. I mean, it might be good for getting up banks, but
I just don't know what to say about that other than it's really nice.
I mean, can you imagine how weird that must be to ride? Because you can have loads of grip on the back, but not on the front.
It's very, very strange. Well, I'm interested. It looks like something we should get Blake to try.
I was going to say, I can't believe Blake hasn't done this already. To be fair.
That's nice. It's really nice. Next up, we have. Whoa, this is nice. This is Richie's YT Capra. That's cool, isn't it? That looks well looked after.
Studland overlooking Poole Harbour. I wouldn't have said that was 2018. That looks like a brand spanking bike to me.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, doesn't it? I do love that top tube on a YT that's kind of got almost like the motocross-esque cowls at the side there. Yeah, I really like that look.
Yeah.
It
looks like a big bike. That must be an XL. It looks quite long.
Dude, that's a super nice.
I like that.
That's a super nice for me.
Go on then.
Yeah, that's a super nice.
Yeah.
Next up, we have got Dave. It's a Stanton Slackline Next Gen.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
It's a Rally Burner stroke John Player special Lotus inspired lockdown project. Nice.
Oh man.
There's some 80s references there.
Very, very big 80s references. That's a super nice. That's super nice. Yeah, gotta be. It's got some nice bits on it. XT cranks, Superstar Nano Evo X gold pedals. Oh, wicked bike. Oh, we're at the bike vault. Oh, on a nice bike though.
Very good.
On a very nice bike.
Yeah.
Neil, we're at the end of the show. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. I was enjoying myself. Mate, thank you for enjoying the show with me this week. I hope you have.
I have. It's been great. Thank you very much, Mark.
Now, everyone out there watching, make sure you take note of those beginner mistakes because all those people you heard from, there's an awful lot of years of riding there combined and they really know their stuff and I'm sure they would be delighted if everything that they've said helps you get on with your riding. So make sure you get riding this week. Neil, say bye-bye until next week.
Cheers, Mark. See you all later.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys on the next Dirt Shed show. See you later.